the club. And all supporters are reminded that Gateshead showing the season for the ladies team. Well, I'm here and I see he's on the pitch. I was on the pitch. Happy birthday, Monday.
Gateshead versus Bromley. It's match day 46. And it's all over as the league campaign comes to an end. But the playoffs are in sight for both sides.
How would you pronounce that then? Olufala Olamura. I was a kid the other night when Brady was on with us. Big Geordie. I feel like that on Saturday. Like, there it is. There it is.
But hopefully Pete is going to be all right for selection soon. And we can see what the Mark Carruthers can do. Just coming in, we do have fitted stats. I've got come on. We've got Andy Allen again, and no kick on the bench.
He signed yesterday.
Did he?
Hello, testing 1 2. Can anyone let me know if you can hear us now? Or if we had went off on our audio listening for our audio listeners. Once again, welcome to the Heat Army podcast and National League TV. We had a little bit of audio issues there for our audio only listeners, but it is going to be Gateshead versus Bromley, and this is match day 46 of the Vanarama National League table. And now everyone can hear me. That's what we want. Apologies for that, everybody. I will be joined by Mark Carruthers very soon, and I'll quickly go through the Bromley side before Mark joins us. We've got Lewis Thompson, we've got Lewis Thomas. Someone tapped me on the shoulder. Sam Woods, Lewis Dennis, Alex Kirk, Kamal Grant, Byron Webster, the captain, James Vennings, Bestar Topolage, and Oliefi Olamar. Miles Weston and Will Davis. On the bench is David Azia, Idris Orotwe, Jude Arthurs, Ben Carruthers, and Ashley Charles. So that is how the lineup. I'll go through the gated lineup again for our audio listeners because obviously they didn't hear before there. It is going to be in goal James Montgomery, the birthday boy. And then it's Louis Story, Tom Allen, Greg Ollie, Ben Warman, Kieran Evans, Joe Allen, Luke Hannant, Will Johnson, Kane Adam, and Jack Stott. Strong bench for Gateshead this afternoon. Regan Booty, Marcus Denanga, Dejon Brown, Conor McBride, and Brandon Hanstrop. And of course, Hanstrop just arrived on loan, but he was signed before the transfer window, but wasn't announced because of injury that happened at the time of when he signed. So he is fit and well now, but played at a very high level, and we're looking forward to seeing him in a Gated shirt in the run-in here to the playoff campaign, which is around the corner. And just for our audio listeners, I'll repeat again, sorry for the National League TV. But of course, if we win today and results go our way, we could be at home on Tuesday night in the playoffs here at Gateshead Stadium. And if not, it will be away. So there's still something to play for, even though both sides are in the National League playoffs. There's a lot to play for as we go forward. So, yes, hopefully coming through loud and clear still, everybody. And Mark is just joining us, and we'll get his thoughts very shortly. But remember, you can interact with us on our YouTube feed and send messages in. We'd love to hear from you. But having a little look across the far side, there's a few Bromley fans that have made the trip up. Well done to them, because obviously late on in the season, it's and the playoffs are already confirmed. That's real support for you there. They've come up to see the lads on the last day, and just leaves me to introduce Mark. How are you doing,
Dave? I'm not going to lie, I thought it was a 12:30 kickoff. I apologise for leaving out on a limb.
It's okay. I had a little bit of technical difficulties for our audio listeners. The mixer had switched off for them, but it's Mark, match day 46, and I know it's a lot more for you for all the other games that you cover. But it just feels like the season is it feels like mid-season to me. I don't know if it does to you, but I'm still enjoying it.
No, it doesn't. No, it feels very much end of season. It feels very much I need the summer. But no, it's all very exciting, isn't it? And you look at there's still not out the realms of possibility. Gateshead could get a home eliminator round tie, so there is that possibility. But it's been I'm always at pains to say it's one of those where you go, it's been an amazing season anyway. And it has. It's been a great season for Gateshead, no matter what happens in the next few weeks. But they want to, to finish it in style with the playoffs, and they want to finish it in style with, obviously Wembley as well.
Tell you what, Mark's a better man than me. He can multitask here. He's taking a photo for some young lads. I said no, but Mark's just made me look like a horrible man.
I have. You are a horrible man, Dave. I'm just, I'm just a man of the people, Dave. That's a bottom line.
You really are.
But I think it is going to be a great end of the season. Regardless, we've got Wembley on the, on the horizon now at least once. And you look at, I always say, you look at everything that's gone on this season, the previous management team leaving, the sort of slight exodus of players there was in January, the rush to bring in players. But that rush could have led to just panic signings that brought in genuine quality. And I think Rob Elliott, Louis Story, Carl Magne, the contacts have been used far and wide. It's a phenomenal turnaround. And
dare I say, though, it's possibly a better squad than that start of the season with everything that's changed in between.
I think, to be honest, Dave, I was talking about this on the way over, the taxi driver, but if you put together those two squads, you're probably looking at a title-winning side.
Oh, yeah.
You put the likes of Kyron Lofthouse and Stephen Wern, if he'd stayed in the squad. I mean, what we can say is that if the sales of Wern hadn't happened, then you probably wouldn't have got some of the players in that you have got. But if you amalgamate those squads, it would be an unbelievable side. But no, I think it's a strong squad now. We've seen a new face on the bench today and Brandon Hornstrup. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out.
Of course, a bit of not an under the radar signing, just a signing that hadn't been announced because of injury at the time of the signing, but a player with fantastic caliber, playing Scottish Premier League last season, the season before. Played for Portsmouth many games, and of course Cambridge is his parent club at the moment. And the stars have aligned for some of these signings. Yes, he's had a torrid time with injuries, but this could be a great opportunity for Gateshead to have a player of his caliber come in to bolster the ranks.
What I'll say, and I know there's been some questions asked about the signing, is it was complete. It was completed around 6 weeks ago, but Brandon unfortunately picked up an injury at Cambridge just before the move. And I think it was one of them where Gateshead weren't sure if he was going to play in the season, so they didn't announce it, as you wouldn't, because it would look a bit foolish making a signing that's not going to play. He is fit, he's trained, he is on the bench today, and you're right, Dave, the calibre that he's got. He played in the Scottish Premiership, Scottish Championship, he's played in League One, with a big club, by the way, in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
So he's clearly got good calibre. Sounds to me and feels to me like a perfect addition, much the same as a fair few of them have been this season.
And certainly have been. Well, so we are waiting for the teams to come out here at Gateshead International Stadium. If you're just joining us, it's Gateshead versus Bromley. It's the final regular game of the season, match day 46. But that doesn't mean there isn't anything to play for. Both teams have qualified for the playoffs, but Gateshead do have the added incentive if they can get a result today and results go their way, that they could have a home draw in the quarter-final of the playoffs here at Gateshead International Stadium on Tuesday night. Just for that to happen, I mean, obviously there's connotations happening all over the league because of what could happen down the bottom, but York City, they need points to guarantee their survival today, and they are playing Solihull, so there's a chance.
It's always a chance, Dave. We know who's seen football, been watching it long enough to know. The one thing I would say is, first and foremost, Gateshead have got to take care of what they've got in front of them today, and that's far from an easy task. I think this is a very, very good Bromley side that are, as you can probably hear, currently walking out on the pitch. And what is a wonderful kit, by the way.
Well, it is a beautiful pitch, but the teams are coming out, as Mark said, Gateshead in their white and black Patrick strips. The away top for Bromley, the only way I can describe it is like a motocross rider's vest. That's what it looks. It's very colourful. There's neon yellow, pink, blue, black stripe through it, and bright pink socks. You're not going to miss them out there. It's different. It's nice. It's not a bad one.
If anyone's ever watched any French top level rugby, it wouldn't look out of place in their top level.
Now, I believe that the West Indians...
Don't. There we go.
Joking.
I was going to say it.
Private joke. But yes, this is how the visitors line up. Lewis Thomas in goal, Sam Woods, Lewis Dennis, Alex Kirk, Kamal Grant, Byron Webster, the captain, James Vennings, Bassart Topolage, Uliefel, Olamala, Miles Weston, and Will Davies. On the bench is David Azara, Idris Odadeo, and Jude Offers, Ben Carruthers, and Ashley Charles. For Gateshead, it's the birthday boy in goal, James Montgomery, Louis Story, Tom Allen, the captain, Greg Ollie, Ben Warman, Kieran Evans, Joe Grayson, Luke Hannant, Will Johnson, Kane Adam, and Jack Stott. On the bench, it's Regan Booty, Marcus Denanga, Dejon Brown, Conor McBride, and Brandon Honstrop. And as I say, what a selection of players we've got coming up just up the stand here in front of us that aren't involved today. And of course, Gateshead with one eye on the playoffs, wanting to rest some of the key players, as it were. That will be a massive part of the playoff picture. But still looking out there, Mark, there's still some players that are going to be integral to this team. And we're still seeing Greg Ollie get minutes in the legs. And I know he's played a few games, but you've got to remember, he's still been out for a long time.
He has. What I do like about today's team is there's a lot of pace in it, by the way. I look at, you look at Evans, you look at Adam, you look at Tom Allen being in there. That's a lot of pace coming in attacking positions. So it's going to be fascinating to see how it works out.
And it looks as if Kane Adam will be the lone striker up top with the support of Evans and, of course, the wing backs, as they typically do get involved. So, and we just talk about the pace of Kane Adam. That is going to be, we've never really we've seen him play a couple of central roles in behind the striker, never as the top man. So it's going to be an interesting dynamic today.
Yeah, it is, and as I say, plenty of pace to get him behind. So I think that might be some feature of the game, is looking for that not long ball, but long pass, we'll say, to release him in early. And I think we both know if he gets in behind, he's not going to get caught.
Well, Gateshead shooting towards the River Tyne and the visitors towards the Fenland end. And, I think there's about 100 Bromley fans possibly made the trip up on the far side. Massive credit to them. We'll be giving them a shout out later on as well. And, well, this is the curtain coming down on the regular season and what season it's been, regardless of what happens here for either side. It's been one of those seasons where it still has a lot to play for. But Bromley now in possession. Gateshead do win the ball back as add-on. Still with the ball. Hannant gets it towards the halfway line. I don't think anyone was expecting Hannant to get the ball there. There was no one making the run on the far side, but Gateshead still in possession. Story. Played down the far side by Johnson, and add-on trying to twist and turn. And the keeper clears that right up the pitch, and Louis Story loses out in the aerial battle to Davies, but the ball ends up with Gateshead. Will Johnson can roll that back to Montgomery.
Good to see Monty back in goal. Obviously, unfortunate circumstances that he's in. I understand Gateshead did put an appeal, by the way, on the red card, but I dare say it's obviously been unsuccessful.
Yeah,
somehow.
It's the strange one, but offside flag goes up for Greg Ollie on the far side. Would the FA look at that as intent the way he come out of his box? But he's entitled to go for the ball, even though he didn't make any contact.
Given what's happened in the last few days, I've given up trying to second guess any footballing authority. So
yeah,
interesting dynamic in the dugouts, by the way. Rob Elliott, former Newcastle United goalkeeper, going up against Andy Woodman, former Newcastle United goalkeeping coach.
Yeah, would their paths have crossed?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. During Alan Pardews' time in charge.
It's funny how that happens so many times in football, isn't it? The for so many clubs and so many players, there's so many links, isn't there, all over the place. But Greg Ollie has the ball on the far side, closed down though by Bromley. Ball all the way back to Thomas.
Fair play at the Bromley fans making the journey up this for an early kickoff as well. They say some probably stayed over, but still some effort.
And it certainly is. I was talking to Luke Walsh, a Halifax fan, last night. I was on his podcast, and he was getting up at 5 o'clock in the morning to make the trip to Eastleigh. So there's some long treks right across the country today. There's a ball played forward for Allen to chase onto. And the ball put out by Kirk. No nonsense. It come off Allen there, didn't it, for a throw-in. Of course, a little bit of rotation today from both sides, I believe. But this is where players will have the chance to say, well, look, I want to be in contention for the playoff game.
Yeah, and that's why rotating isn't always a bad thing, because it gives players a chance to show what they can do. And you look at this Gateshead side, there are players that have got something to prove here. So I think it's a really interesting game.
Ollie receives the ball from Stott. He does manage to keep the ball going and puts it out to Evans. Evans pokes it to Hannant. Hannant now running with the ball. Can he get across in? He just turns his man. Plays it back to Evans. Evans looks up. Just needs support. Hannant wasn't on his toes for it. Yeah.
Tried to be too clever. Just need to play that wide, I think. But promising signs for Gateshead.
I think it's Miles Weston on the far side, or Kamal Grant. Is it? It's Kamal Grant on the far side that was sticking to him like glue. Ball played forward over the top, looking for the run of Omolaro, but out it goes. Olamola.
Good Hartlepool.
Ah, yes. Oh, ball got through to Warman. Warman has space to bring the ball forward, but lays it off to Grayson. Grayson puts it back to Story in the centre of defence.
Should say, it is a very attack-minded Gateshead side as well. You look at the midfield. I mean, there's only really Stott who is seen as a kind of more defensive-minded midfielder.
At the moment, Gateshead looking to open up, and there's lovely passing between Evans and Allen. Allen crosses the ball in. Oh, the ball clipped away, but Hannon picks it up on the right side of the box, puts it in, hits it off at a Bromley player, and it is a corner. He's disappointed with that one, Hannon. You could say, I don't think he got the connection he wanted on the cross there, but a corner's not too bad.
Been a really good start from Gateshead. Really bright.
Talking of bright, I mean, Hannon's been one of the bright sparks of the second end of the season. Has really showed his experience since coming back to the club. As Evans has the ball. Gives it to Hannant. Hannant chips it through for Warman to try and get onto, but Omalora. We'll get it right. Olamola. Apologies. Gateshead now can bring it out to this left-hand side. Story. He's got Allen in front of him. Adam in the middle. He's going to put it out to Allen. Kane Adam playing that central striker role. Hanging on the shoulder of the defenders. Holding good shape, Gateshead. As you say, very attacking-minded. There's a lot of midfielders up supporting to pick up the second ball from the striker. There's
It's a good ball.
Adam. Turns. Oh, and he's wiped out. There's a nice bit of footwork there from Adam to get away, but he was just too quick for the defender.
Yeah, great touch and turn. It's a shame because he was running at the back four there.
Yeah. I think it was Webster, wasn't it, that wiped him out there? No, 17. Well, free kick about 35 yards out, maybe a little bit more. Right-hand side of the D. You would think this one would be put up towards the big men. I don't think you'd be able to get a shot on here to trouble the goalkeeper.
It's not the biggest Gateshead side, is it?
Grayson and Story all lurking around there. I'd say they're the real target men as Story comes round the back. Here he comes, he's pulled away, and it's been out. It goes for another corner to Gateshead. Story just had to arc his body to...
He did, yeah. Just trying to avoid it. But no, that's been a good start from Gateshead. They've definitely started the better of the two sides.
Greg Ollie comes over. As we takes it short to Stott. Stott looks, plays it into the centre where Hannant is. Has to get the ball under control. Back out to Stott. And Gateshead trying to work themselves in here. Trying to be a little bit too clever, and it's rolled out for a goal kick. But yeah, it has been very positive into the 8th minute, and Gateshead, yeah, they've settled nicely for a changed squad.
They have, and look, not really being put under
calm feet from Montgomery there, who's under pressure.
Got a touch as well, didn't it?
Yeah.
Gateshead throw. Yeah, haven't been put on too much threat yet, and have looked dangerous going forwards. I just think sometimes set pieces you can see why they're trying to be a bit more intricate because
Will Davies closed down Montgomery there
because of how big this is. This Bromley side is compared to Gateshead, but sometimes I think it's just worth just putting the ball in, trying to cause problems with movement.
Well, Stott picks up the ball in the centre of midfield, puts it out to Johnson, who's on loan from Fleetwood, Northeast native as well. So he'll be enjoying playing football a little bit closer to where he's from. Give an opportunity for his family to see him play as well, which is always nice. The Adam family are up today.
Good.
As well.
Good.
So a little speak to them before the game.
Been a good addition, Kane.
Crossfield ball to find space. Grant on the far side. Plays the ball further forward. And now we're starting to see Bromley try and use the ball a little bit more.
I must say, Dave, given there's been 3 games on this pitch this week, it looks fantastic.
Dare I say the work done at the Aldershot game has paid dividends. Yeah. There's a slip in midfield there from Grayson. I say defence, but he was up in the midfield position.
Another one that's been a good addition, by the way.
Yeah, he's I'd put him in the same mould as Robbie Tinkler. You know you're going to get a solid performance from him. And nothing silly. Very good with the ball at his feet for a central defender as well.
You look at the caliber of players in this Bromley side as well, and you can see why they are where they are in the league, and the fact that more than likely, for me, I think that they've got a great chance of going up. And
the ball through to Evans, just too much on it, and that'll roll out slowly, eventually for a goal kick.
You look at players. Classic example of Lewis Dennis, great player, been a top player at this level for a while now, and someone that I think will be a real threat today.
Yeah, I was wondering where the assistant was. I hadn't seen him.
Yeah, He is here. Yeah, doing 2 games with me today because I'm straight from here to heaven, just down the road.
Big day in the northeast as well for northeast non-league football. There's potential promotions and relegations. All could happen this afternoon at 5 o'clock. But at the moment, Gateshead looking to try and secure themselves a home fixture in the quarterfinals of the playoffs, and we're into the 11th minute. And at the moment, it's just been comfortable at the moment. Gateshead got into the style. It was pretty good, but a ball through to Kane. Adam brings it down well. Needs support. Evans. Adam just slips there. And Adam wasn't expecting the ball through, but Gateshead, they're starting to find space. They've just got to capitalise on it and maybe not be as cute with some of the passes.
I think we're seeing why Rob Elliott's picked the side that he's picked today, because you look and think there is going to be a game midweek, wherever it's at. It's a Gateshead ball, by the way. And you look at the players who aren't in the squad, the players that are on the bench, and you can see why he's done it. He wants players fresh for whatever comes this week.
Mm-hmm. And we've got, just to name a few, Kent Richardson, Whelan, Francis, all sat down next to us with a host of other players. And it's getting very touchy there for Gateshead. Just wanting to close down, but Bromley are starting to see where they are. They can use the ball pretty well, and the ball comes over here to Omalola. And nice bit of footwork, cuts inside, goes for across the back post, and a beautiful goal. Well worked. Gateshead caught at the back post. The cross in was only anticipated by Grant, I think it was, on the far side, and Gateshead have put it in. Sorry, it wasn't Omalola. I think it was Olamola that scored there, wasn't it? Number 29. It was Weston that put the cross in. And Bromley have took the lead here.
Yeah, poor on the far post. I think the cross has come in a little bit too easy. I think someone switched off at the far post there for Gateshead, and it's a good finish, because it's not an easy ball to finish that. So he's done well, and there was just little signs that Bromley were coming into the game, and that's a threat, isn't it? The ball from out wide, and Gateshead just have to do a little bit more in defence there.
From our angle, it curled in beautifully, like straight to the space. We could see it, couldn't we? And then you could see him coming in at the back post there. As you say, a good finish. But Gateshead, for all the possession they've had so far, they haven't made it count. And we've seen why Bromley are sitting third in the league at the moment.
And the goal scorer for Bromley, number 29, Olafila Alamola.
Just confirmation on the goal scorer there, number 29. As Gateshead try and build again. Ball from Grayson up towards Adam. Wasn't the greatest, and now to be rolled out by Thomas. Bromley just pass it around at the back. Ball up the pitch as Hannon intercepts Stott, because it's a Story. Story puts it back out, but there's not the greatest pass in the world. And now they can try and break again. Bromley on the left-hand side, driving forward with the ball. Keeps going. Kirk crosses it in. Does it go for a corner? It does.
It's going to be dangerous, this, isn't it? We mentioned about how big Bromley are compared to Gateshead.
Yeah, we say that was probably the smallest man on the pitch that put the ball in the back of the net on the back post as well. But obviously, it's not just aerial threat that comes with Bromley. As I say, the
movement as well.
Yeah,
good movement.
A lot of jostling just inside the Gateshead penalty area. In comes the ball. He wants to. The referee says it wasn't fully in the corner there. It's hard to see how he could see that from where he was, to be honest. Got 2 balls on the pitch at the moment. It's off. And now we're going to have the corner taken again. As the movement and barging in the box happens, as it comes in close, and Webster should have done better there. I think he's just wasn't had his full balance when it come through to him, but he practically had an empty net there.
Yeah, I mean, he's just got to get on target, I think, and get her in problems. But it's a wonderful ball in again, the far post, and yeah, you're thinking someone of his caliber, Byron Webster, would have finished that.
Yeah, both crosses have been beautifully weighted there. I mean, the one for the goal was, but that one was as well. It just seemed to dip, didn't it, right at the end? Story with a crossfield ball. Tries to get it through, but Weston intercepts, and now they can try and break again. Bromley is driving forward, and he's got men on either side intercepted, and can Gateshead break here? They're not getting enough men forward at the moment, and the passing needs to be better than that, but Allen keeps it in. Ball across to Johnson. Plays it back to Story. Story gives it to Ollie on the halfway line. Plays it through for Adam to run onto, and Adam in a foot race. He's got past his man. Was there a push? Be a bit harsh if that was given, but there's a goal kick. And there's a good battle between Grant and Adam there.
Little sign that we think, what we were thinking earlier on about Ken Adam. If he gets in behind, you ain't going to catch him.
Yeah. Well, just a reminder there, if you're just joining us on our audio stream, it is Gateshead 0, Bromley 1. A lovely cross into the box by Miles Weston, and Olamola put the ball in the back of the net. And but Gateshead before that had been probably the better in possession. But
marginally the better side up until the goal. But I think, as I said, just before the goal, you just had signs that Bromley was starting to settle a bit.
Well, Evans crosses the halfway line. He's got Grayson, who he uses. Grayson puts it out to Tom Allen. Allen looked to put it in there, and the defensive wall of Bromley is 2 banks of 4 there, wasn't it? Really are keeping a very good solid shape of Bromley. But at the moment, Gateshead having to pass it all the way back to Story just inside his own half to try and reset and regroup and look for spaces. Grayson has the ball. Poor ball from Grayson into the centre, intercepted by Dennis, and now Bromley clear the ball through Thomas all the way up, and Davis can keep that in. Davies plays it down the line, and at the moment it's a little bit scrappy, but Gateshead has got the ball back inside the Bromley half. Warman, Tom Allen going to go up against Weston here, but cuts inside and lays it off to Evans. Evans under pressure back to Allen. Allen gets it to Joe Grayson.
Nice and patient that from Gateshead.
Now Allen lays it to Warman. Warman pulls it back through, and Joe just a little bit too much on it. So he would have ran straight onto that and through onto goal if it had come off. But Bromley managed to get the ball moving, and as they do now, as the ball played through for Woods to try and get onto, but out it goes.
Really good from Stott, you know. The way he's tracked the runner there, and real show of discipline there from the midfielder.
Followed him through, didn't he, all the way. 18 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Bromley 1. Final game of the regular season. As you can see, every time someone in midfield gets on the ball, Adam is on his toes, ready, waiting for the ball to come through, but the defenders are moving with him as well.
Bromley here staying so disciplined, aren't they? You look at them, and you mentioned that 2 banks of 4. You got Olamola just playing behind, just behind the front man, just staying disciplined as well. It's been a real positive.
Adam trying to win the ball back on the right hand side, but Bromley managed to bring the ball forward. Kirk just turns, plays it back.
Just looking happy to hit Gateshead on the break, aren't they? I think they know that this is quite an attack-minded Gateshead side, so if they can spring a trap and hit them on the break, they are going to cause problems.
Yeah. So it was Dennis that passed the ball back for. Now it's Kirk passing it back. It's hard to see, even though the numbers are very bright and vibrant. It's when the half turned, you can't decipher which ones they are. Now, throw in just in front of the Bromley dugout. Kirk gets the ball back. Oh, and goes all the way through to Grant, who can lay it off on the far side there. Ball into the centre, and Vennings can bring it forward, puts it out to Dennis. Now the ball played forward again, and Vennings is trying to...
He slipped there, didn't he?
The ball goes out for a goal kick. But slick passing from the visitors. Warman gives the ball to Grayson, back to Warman. Gateshead just passing it around the back. Montgomery, all in yellow today. Chips the ball over to Grayson on this left-hand side. Grayson now to Allen. I've mentioned it a couple of times now. The discipline of Bromley is causing Gateshead problems to try and open it up because they're making runs, but they look at just Greg Ollie, for example. Nobody went with him, but this held the shape and kept it covered by not moving.
Yeah, someone from Gateshead's going to take a bit of a risk here, I think, and try and certainly one of the defenders and try and drag Bromley out of this shape, whether it's Grayson or Story breaking forward, as we know they can do, just to try and get someone to commit, because at the moment they're sitting and looking comfortable.
Yeah. Johnson gives it back to Story, who's inside his own half. Now Johnson gives it back and comes across to this left-hand side, and Grayson's got space to run into. Needs options, gets it out to Allen. Allen now plays it into Story.
Literally, the only player in Gateshead's half now in Gateshead's half is James Montgomery.
Yeah, Gateshead trying to probe, and that's a nice way to open up. Ball comes across. Oh, the ball comes through. Hits Evans on the ankle and goes out. But the nice passing display, and that's what they needed to do. They need to go man for man, really, and push the defence.
Yeah, I mean, if you can let that run, it's going to a Dom, and I think he gets a shot away. But yeah, unfortunate.
Well, we're seeing just a little advice and tactics from the manager there to Grayson. I think he's maybe telling them about what we were. I don't know if he's saying what we were saying, but I think he's telling them to get a little bit higher up. There's a ball over the top now. Grant and Adam, but the ball. Grant does very well. Turns and you can distribute the ball over here, but Warman intercepts and gets it to Allen. Allen under pressure from Weston. Gateshead need to get this ball out. There's good pressure from Dennis. Gateshead now, though, can try and break. Ollie. He's got Hannon on the right-hand side, who has the ball now. Adam, drop deep a little bit here. Plays it through to Ollie. Needs to get back in the centre, Adam, but the ball through to Allen, headed clear. And that's the danger where Adam didn't stay central there. He dropped deep to get involved, and unfortunately,
he's dropped deep to try and
create something,
link up and create something. Just no one's taking his place in the middle. You need someone to look at the space that Adam's left behind and try and get in there, because it's decent enough ball in. But Gateshead, they're doing all right at the moment. They're playing some decent stuff and being patient. They just need, as I say, a few more players to commit.
Grayson has the ball now, halfway inside the Bromley half, gives it to Stott. Stott sees the run of Ollie. It wasn't a bad ball,
Great idea. Yeah, just a little bit too much on it, but almost a perfect ball.
Glorious afternoon here on Tyneside. It's sun baking and covering the whole pitch. Of course, earlier kickoff. Today is
good ball.
Adam, lovely turn, but he needs support in the box. Adam, left-hand side of the box. Carries the ball forward, goes for a curling shot and just lifts it over. And to be honest, I think he had to go for it there. I know those people coming in, but so were Bromley defenders.
Yeah, it did open up from. I think the ball to Tom Allen was on. Tom Allen looked as if he was going in the overlap, but if you get a sight of goal, you've got to go for it.
Well, we've seen some Gateshead players warming up. I don't think we'll see any changes. I just think they just fancy getting out and stretching the legs. This Gateshead can pick this ball up through Johnson.
Looked tidy on Wednesday, Johnson. And he's done exactly the same today, to be fair to him.
And Evans just overruns the ball, and Olamola can get it right. I got it right there that time. Olamola, it only took 20 minutes. But at the moment, and a foul from Gateshead there. Midfield, Stott just getting a little bit handsy. There's Woods, plays it across to Grant. Grant does well.
Kieran Evans needs to put some different boots on. Third time he slipped.
There's been a couple of players slipped on both sides. Obviously, there has been a lot of water, as people know, went through this pitch, but still,
understatement.
It's not cutting up at all.
No.
The slips. So. Gateshead can bring the ball forwards as Johnson has just overrun it, and unfortunately he's caught someone there trying to win the ball. It's always a weird type of atmosphere, these games. I know the Gator fans are trying to get themselves, create an atmosphere and get behind the boys, but when both sides know they're in the playoffs and kind of there's not much can change bar the home fixture, it does give a different slight dynamic of tempo to the game, doesn't it?
It's early kickoffs, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's always, I mean, even the Premier League, it's always a sort of atmosphere when, no matter how many people you've got at a game, it's always, I think the kickoffs just sort of kill the atmosphere a bit, which is a little bit disappointing why the National League have opted to do this. Remember last year, I mean, Gateshead didn't have anything to play for.
Gateshead now on the attack as the ball comes through to Adam. He's got a lot to do, but he's up against Grant. It's all by himself. He needs support. He does manage to get it to Ollie. And Kane Adam really holding up the ball well, but Gateshead can get on the attack here. Evans. He's got Grayson on his left. And
he wasn't. It's 3 men in the middle playing him on.
Well, offside flag goes up for Tom Allen there.
I like what Kieran Evans is doing, just picking up little pockets of space in behind Kane Adam and looking dangerous. Gateshead haven't really made the most of that yet, but he's making some really intelligent runs.
It's kind of the reverse of the classic big man and little man, that you've got the little man in behind the big man, isn't it? As Weston tries to bring the ball down. Does so. He's under pressure from Grayson. Does very well. Woods has the ball right-hand side. Plays it inside. And now Kirk can play it back to Vennings. Webster. And all the way back to Thomas. Much like Gateshead, very tidy on the ball, Bromley. Even when harassed. Webster goes for a long sweeping ball out to the left-hand side. It's nodded and kept in.
He was offside there.
Ball still there to be won as Johnson does well. Gets it to Ollie. Ollie lays it back to Hannant. And Gateshead now can pass it around the back and regroup. As Hannant brings it forward on the right-hand side. Just slows down. Ball across to Grayson here. Grayson chests it down, brings it forward. Out to Allen.
Gateshead just need a little bit more movement here. Gone a bit static.
Stott plays it across. Johnson.
You just wonder if I understand the team selection, but I wonder if they're missing an Ed Francis or a Callum Whelan in there.
It sounds funny, but the calm and composure is coming from the centre backs as they push forward, not like Stott or one of the midfielders grabbing hold of it. But Warman has it now, does very well to get it through, and the ball through to Evans, just intercepted by Vennings, and Webster can clear this ball up the pitch. The Story and Davies were battling there. Monty comes out, chips it to Grayson, and now Stott can play it over to Johnson, who just looks like a miniature version of Kent Richardson, the way he runs with the ball. Ollie on the right-hand side. He's got Hannant on the outside of him, who he uses. Gives it to Johnson. Stott puts it across. The ball goes through, and out it goes for a throw to Bromley. And just that. Maybe are just missing that little bit of a midfield general today, Gateshead. Of course, we know they've got a few, but with the way things are set up going into the latter stages here, you can understand the rotation.
Can't really be surprised either, can you, by the way things have been done with Gateshead. I mean, playing so many times in so few days, but at least the Premier League's going to be a bit easier now for them, isn't it? Now they've got rid of replays and stuff in the FA Cup, so don't worry about schedules elsewhere.
It certainly is. Well, as things stand, nothing changes in the league table. still Hartlepool occupying the 7th playoff spot. Halifax, as Weston puts it in there. Story hits it clear, but the loose ball can fall to Allen. Gator passing it around in their own penalty area, and now Grayson gives it a good wallop up the pitch, but I think it's going to be kept in by Grant. Webster pulls deep to receive the ball. And out to Kirk here on the right-hand side, and just seeing committed a lot of men forward. Bromley here. But it's back with their own keeper. Out to Grant. Thomas, the ball with his feet outside his area, chips the ball over to Kirk. Kirk can bring it down.
Oh, nice.
Chips it forward. Grayson heads it away. Kirk put it back up that way, but Grayson can intercept the ball as it comes through, and Story gives it back to Montgomery, who clears the ball up in the air. It's going to be a battle here as bounces out. Oh, it hasn't. It's been kept in by, but we didn't see it. Kirk. Warman trying to get the ball off Kirk, but Kirk does well.
Yeah, well read.
There we go, and Gateshead intercepted back through Stott. And now,
Good.
can they get moving with the ball as Evans just couldn't poke it past, but he does get a throw in on the halfway line.
Been really impressed with Stott so far. I think he's had a good game.
Yeah, he's. I think he's having to step up because of the way we're set up today. That he's going to be the linchpin that has to pick up them second balls in midfield.
Yeah, and he's done it very well. He's reading the game. His distribution's been good. I think he's a one maybe for next season. I can't remember what his contract situation's like it.
Well, he fits the mold, doesn't he? He's a young, promising player, and doesn't
look out of place. That's the big thing I'd say for him.
Yeah. So like Will Johnson as well. It's hard for players that are just on the cusp of maybe getting towards the first team in Football League clubs, and then it's getting that lucky break, and then it's getting the right loan move to show what you can do, isn't it?
But if he is out of contract at the end of the summer, I don't think he'd be a bad signing for Gateshead.
Yeah.
I know he's had some people criticise him, but I think on the whole, he's looked more than comfortable at this level, and he's got room for improvement as well with the management team. We know they can improve young players. We've seen it already here. I think he could be another one that could do a job longer term.
Gateshead through Johnson, puts it out to Hannant on the far side. Back to Johnson. Hannant, right hand touchline. Gives it to Ollie, back to Hannant. Add-on was offside if the ball had went to him, and it's going to go all the way through to Thomas in the Bromley goal. Can't give you one scoreline. Hartlepool are winning 2-1 away to Dorking in the National League as it stands. Dorking already relegated, of course.
That doesn't look great.
Will Johnson just caught there. I think it was by Dennis, was it? On the far side. And he's down at the moment. Chesterfield are winning 1-0 home to Maidenhead. And let's have a little look around. Oldham are winning 1-0 at home to Wheelstone. Southend are winning 1-0 at home to Rochdale. And all the other games are goalless, bar our game here, of course. And I tell a lie, Barnet have scored, and they are 1-0 to the good at home to Kidderminster.
Been a long season, hasn't it? It feels a long time since Gateshead played Boreham Wood first day of the season. And if you told me there Boreham Wood would be where they on the table, I would have thought you were joking. But to be fair, if you'd said Gateshead would be where they were, I would have thought you were. But look, Garrod done an unbelievable job there, hasn't he? Boreham Wood to everything that's been achieved there in that time.
Of course, his last game in charge, can he go out on a relative high of keeping the club in the league? Of course, been a hard season, and it was one of those things. He stayed very loyal to his players that were very good to him over the last few seasons. Do you think maybe that was, dare I say, a little bit of his own downfall this season by maybe not bringing as many fresh faces?
Yeah, possibly. I think losing players like Kabongo Shamanga didn't help. That sort of felt like it started a bit of a decline. I think recruitment hasn't been quite there. But still, it doesn't, to me, look like a relegation side.
No.
I look at the players they've got in that side. Maybe there are some who are naturally come towards the end of the time at the club, but I still think there's more than enough to...
It does look like they're doing a concussion test, I think, with Will Johnson. He is sat up, but they're really testing him. He's up on his feet. And
502.
Referee checking as well, isn't it?
Physio has his arm around him. I think he wants to play. I don't know if he's going to continue here, you know. Just the body language. We'll see.
I think it's actually Louis Story giving him some tactical advice.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got a defender on the bench. We might say Brandon Honstrup on for his debut.
Yes, and of course, Regan Booty can play in that position as well. And there's a deep conversation going on the far side with Will Johnson and the medical team. I guess we'll find out soon if he is to come on.
Oh, he is coming back on,
It does look like he is going to come back on, yeah. There you go, he is on. Well, thankfully, he's all right. As Allen does disrupt, and Gateshead managed to see the ball out for a throw into Bromley just past the Gateshead dugout, but into the 37th minute, and games just went a little bit stale.
It has. I've got to be honest, I was a little bit unsure about Ben Warman. I think I said this to you that when he first came in, just took a little bit of time to settle, but I think he's been a good little signing. And since he's come in and settled and really, got used to the way Gateshead playing, got a little bit of match fitness back. He hadn't played for a while.
Yeah,
it's been a very astute signing.
Yeah, it's stars aligned for that one. Of course, he was playing in Ireland and their season had ended, and much like what we had, Dan Ward was similar, wasn't it? When we signed him, when he came from, was it St. Patrick's? I think Dan Ward came from. I might be wrong.
Yeah, I think so.
So it has been a good signing for Gateshead thus far, and he seems to have bought into the ethos of what the club is all about and what the players are about. Of course, I think it always helped they had a good friend here, but Gateshead put the ball through to Evans. Evans gets the ball on the right-hand side of Webster. Can he turn around and lay it off to Hannant? He can. There's a man at the back post. He's going to put it back out to Evans. Evans needs to get a delivery, and he does. Oh, Evans!
Oh, what a header.
Well, great defensive work there. I think it was by Weston. Took it out the way of Allen, who was just about to head into an empty net practically. But that was a great cross from Evans.
Yeah, brilliant. Perfect ball in. Tom Allen just ready to head that in, wasn't he? It was just great ball in. Took the keeper out of the game.
It's a good job he didn't commit full-blooded into that, because I think they could have had a serious head collision there. But brave defending nonetheless, as Ollie puts the corner in. It's a tight one. It's going to fall out. It's poked back out to Ollie here. Can he keep it in? He can.
Offside.
Nods it down. Offside flag goes up. And Gateshead.
Yeah, that's better. Much better from Gateshead.
Yeah.
Bit more incisive, bit more positive. I love the cross. I think it's a great cross.
Yeah. Well, we've seen a little bit of a tactical switch here. Luke Hannant is on the left-hand side now.
Tom Allen on the right.
Yeah. So just trying to freshen things up on the attacking front. Yeah, I don't think Tom Allen's had the greatest time against Kirk, has he? He's never been able to switch foot or try and open up against him. So
yeah, it'll be interesting how he does far side.
Well, Story gets the ball back. It's Grayson. Grayson plays it into the centre. Evans with a lovely touch to Warman, and now the ball. Oh,
Craig Ollie was a ball there, by the way. Craig Ollie's made a great run.
Gateshead still have it though. Hannant cuts inside from the right, gives it to Stott. Stott, if he looks up, he's got a man on the far side, and Allen, but gets it to Johnson. Now Allen has the ball halfway inside the Bromley half on the right-hand touchline. Tries to open up and drive with the ball. He does, and he's going to try and get down to the dead ball line. Pulls it across, and it's just cleared out. But that's something we haven't seen from Allen on the left-hand side, was it? So
yeah, much better. Just with his pace, what he's going to do, he can get away from players. Just that final ball wasn't quite there.
Gateshead win the ball back on the far side. Good defending.
Good signs from Gateshead here. They've stepped it up a little gear.
Yeah, just a few tweaks here and there, and Gateshead trying to capitalise on their strengths, but Alamola.
He's going to give that one though.
He's going to give that, yes. He ran between two players, and down he goes, and he's still rolling, by the way. Well, the theatrics have been all season, haven't they? So even his own teammates telling him to get up here.
Solihull Moors game has been paused due to an emergency in the crowd.
Oh, well, we hope everything is all right there.
That one can affect obviously Gateshead, can't it?
Yeah.
Still 0-0.
Hopefully that fixture can be completed. That's not what anybody wants. Of course, anybody going to a game should come home safe, of course. Ball nodded over by Davies there, and Gateshead haven't cleared the lines yet, but Story does well to marshal it back to Montgomery, and Montgomery's clearance only finds Venins. And Gateshead just need to get a little bit of composure back on the ball as they do so now. Evans, nice vision to pick out Hannant here on the left-hand side. Hannant has Weston with him.
Just got to get Evans.
Evans gets the ball back. There's a run from Warman, but he didn't see it. But he plays the ball inside, and nobody there. And Gateshead have to defend now as Davies chases down the ball, and ball was put back to Montgomery at some speed, but Montgomery does well. And the game has really upped the tempo here in the final 5 minutes. And Gateshead were looking to get themselves level before the break. And what a time it would be to do that. Nice turn from Warman. Left-hand side. Puts her in there. It hasn't been...
No one committing. No one committing. It's a good ball in near post.
Dare I say this is where you're missing an out-and-out striker. Well, we've got a throw in here, level with the corner of the box on our left-hand side. Grayson. Story has come up. He'll be the man that they're going to aim for his aerial prowess. As I say, that goes to his chest. Oh, lovely little flick. Gets it to Adam. Oh, to take off his feet. Hannant. There. Oh, no. Well, I don't know if there's appeals for a penalty there, but I think, was it Allen?
Yeah, Tom Allen.
I thought he was trying to back heel it initially, but down he went, and unfortunately, goal kick.
To me, so he's been pulled down there, I've got to be honest.
I just thought it was a tussle with upended balance.
You had the shot. You had the shot there.
I think it was it Adam?
Adam?
Happened so quick.
It did.
Ball goes out for a throw on the far side. Well, I don't know if that's the first time this season we've seen Rob Elliott smile at the fourth official. We're having a jovial chat.
It might be in a grimace, mate.
As Bromley now try and build on the outside of the box. Woods is going to put this to Omalola. Now out to Weston. We know what he can do from this right-hand side. Leaves it inside, and Gateshead intercept though. Now can they get running as the ball poked forward?
Ball.
Adam now, can he get past Webster? He's got Ollie on the far side. Ollie makes a nice run through, but there's no great support. He didn't even look there, Evans, and puts it out to the far side.
Didn't even look before he played the ball there.
I'll give credit where credit's due. The Bromley defence got back in numbers. They've seen the run coming from Ollie, but Gateshead just need to have more support for the front men. Warman intercepts. Ball out to Grayson here. Left-hand side, back inside to Stott. Stott's going to play this across to Johnson. Johnson takes a touch and just gets it under control and out to Allen.
Imagine there'll probably be 3 or 4 minutes here for that stoppage.
Yeah, good point. The Story brings the ball forward, gets it to Grayson. Hannant, left-hand touchline, nice trickery with the ball. Can he drive forward with it? He can. Up against Weston, he wins a corner.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow, he hasn't given it. Wow. Hannant not impressed with that decision.
Not surprised.
Tell you what, Weston puts the work in, tracking back.
He does. Been good both ways, hasn't he?
Yeah. I've seen his cross early for the goal. So just a update on any scores around the league. Barnet winning 2-0 at home to Kidderminster. Chesterfield winning 2-0 at home to Maidstone. Dagenham and Redbridge beating Aldershot 1-0. That's a big scoreline in the playoff picture as it stands. That hampers Aldershot's chances. Halifax are winning 1-0 away to Eastleigh. So if that stays like that, Halifax will be in the playoffs. Oldham still 1-0 to the good, and it's 1-1 between Southend and Rochdale. And of course, here it is Gateshead 1, Gateshead 0, Bromley 1, as Bromley trying double the advantage now as Davies gets a shot off, pulls it wide, and well, I think he had more time than he realised, but we do have 3 minutes of added on time here at the half-time break, and we're into that now, a good 10 seconds or so already, and Gateshead still trying to keep the tempo high and trying to get this ball forward to Kane add-on, but the balls have to be better and need to intercept it and hold it.
The additional time added on, that's a minimum of 3 minutes. 3 minutes additional time.
Well, ball goes all the way back to Lewis Thomas, who kicks the ball up, and Davies having a great tussle with Story, and Davies wins the header, nods it down, but picked up by Gateshead. As we mentioned about the tempo being upped by Gateshead, Bromley's tempo is just as good on the press at the moment, but that ball was nowhere near finding a teammate, as Davies does get it to Evans. Stott was... The referee's give nothing there. Player's still down, he's not having any of that. And Gateshead have the ball. They've ruled it out, as I think it's Stott that went down there. You did hear the connection of the boots.
He did, yeah. Referee's not quick with decisions, is he?
No, he's not sympathetic to the calls on that one. I mean, it might have been a case of that it happened that quick. The player did win the ball, but then caught him afterwards. But there was definitely a noise of clatter of boots together. But Regan Booty is warming up just in case.
Altrincham are 1-0 up. Just on 1-0
to the goods. Well,
Oxford.
Yeah, Oxford has been the proverbial whipping boys this season, haven't they? As we have a stoppage at the moment now, Stott is up onto his... he's back up onto his feet. As it is, we've still got about 2 minutes to go once this game gets back underway.
I'll just take advantage of this little break to remind you that the winning ticket for the shirt is 502, revealed on hospitality. And we do have a 50-50 result, 382.
You mentioned their big day in Northeast Non-League football. A few things can happen. Obviously, Heaven down the road can win the Northern Premier League East if they win, and Stockton fail to beat Brighouse at home. And then obviously Blythe Spartans trying to avoid relegation, need to at least match Farsley's result. Spartans at home, and South Shields and Spennymoor can get in the National League North playoffs as well. So
it's all to play for, isn't it? And of course, the Northern Premier League East is such a northeast heavy league, and a lot of the team, nearly every team from the northeast, doing very well in that. So they've all been dancing around the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, whoever doesn't win the league out of those two, Stockton and Heaven, will be in the playoffs alongside Dunstan. Can secure their place in the playoffs today as well, and you wouldn't be shocked if we see two northeast teams come up, to be fair, into that Northern Premier.
Well, for many years I've been a big advocate of teams making the step up from the Northern League. Now it's mandatory, and we're starting to see the fruits of that. I know teams were hesitant of the cost and things, but we're starting to see great crowds in non-league football, particularly in the northeast, and we're starting to see great players develop as well. Where Stott puts the ball out to Hannanty on the left-hand side. He's got Warman that was making a run, but once again, the wall of Bromley is just resolute.
Nobody wants a wall of broccoli, Dave.
No one. The ball to Warman didn't reach its target, and now Bromley try and break, as Evans does very well to get back and just disrupt somewhat, and now the ball's over to Grant. Sun beams down on the pitch here on Tyneside.
Wouldn't say it was warm though, would you?
No, not when you're in the shadow of the stand. It's a little bit on the colder side. Well, there is the half-time whistle. Bromley do go in with a 1-0 lead with a fine cross and finish. That's seen Alamora with the goal. And, Mark, it's kind of been one of those end-of-season games where there is something to play for, but both teams just haven't got that full oomph of a regular season game.
Okay.
No, I'd agree with that.
Reaffirm the
I just think for Gateshead, there's maybe the energy is being drained by the ridiculous schedule imposed upon them. Bromley know their job done. They know what they've got ahead of them. I think Gateshead have played some lovely stuff. They're just having another check on Johnson here, aren't they?
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I think he's going to come off.
I think the physios are going to have the medical staff going to have a look at him. Don't know if he's got a cut or a lump there or whatever they want to have a look at, but Story,
I think
player assistant manager, is in deep conversation with manager Rob Elliott, and maybe a decision to be made here. But Johnson did get clattered there in the first half. He's talking to the physios going off. But Mark, say if Gateshead want to do something, they're going to have to get into gear really in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be shocked if you saw an early introduction of one of the strikers, at least an Anger or Dejon Brown. Kane Adams had moments where he's looked threatening, but hasn't really done it on a consistent basis. He hasn't done, and that's no fault of his own, by the way, because he's not a natural forward, a natural striker.
Yeah,
he hasn't really done.
There has been a couple of times where he's naturally drifted out to the right hand side, and of course when he's went to get dropped deep and get involved, nobody, as you mentioned in commentary, no one has picked up that slack of the gap that he had left, and but he's still a young lad, he's still learning, and still look dangerous. But this Bromley defence is it's resolute, and it's going to have to do a little bit more than just his pace alone to break them down.
Absolutely, yeah. I think there's going to have to be the link-up play has to improve in the final third. I think there's, as you said in commentary, that when a Dom's dropping deep, no one's really filled that gap. You're looking for an Ollie or an Adam to go. An Ollie or a Kieran Evans to go in behind and kind of fill that space and try and expose this defence. But at the moment, it just hasn't quite happened. So it's to be expected. I mean, two things. You've got the fatigue issue. Gateshead playing so many games in such a short space of time. You've got the other side of it, that it is very much a piece together side. Of players that haven't played a lot together as an 11. So I think, there will be improvement second half. We know that. But there does need to be as well.
Well, we're going to have a little break here at half time. We're just going to go radio silent for our National League TV viewers. And we're just going to put a highlight from the Heat Army podcast for our audio listeners. We'll be back in 10 minutes with the second half here and all the half-time scores. It's a very big show. And we have another... 1 second. Where is it? We have another Heat Army podcast polo t-shirt to give away as well. So we'll be doing that on that show. So everyone involved for that. Right. I'd be amiss if I didn't bring our guest in straight away. I haven't seen him since Wembley. Lovely lad, lovely family as well. Hello, Luke. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Costco for Chadwick, anyone?
Yeah.
You can have him, but no, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, lads, I was talking about the podcast yesterday and at the match, and I was talking to a load of Gateshead fans. And Luke, do you realise how many people realise how good you are at the Gateshead? And amongst the Gateshead fans, to give you nothing but compliments yesterday.
Honestly, generally, I'm not even joking. It must be a Gateshead thing because. Just your fan base in general. When I went down to Wembley, obviously I met you, Dave, and I think I met one of the directors there. And it's just up north. It's just northern, isn't it? Just very friendly people, to be honest, especially from your parts. It was really good. But also, I think we bumped into Owen Bailey's parents down there.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Family, and they, were very, very nice people.
Look,
so.
you also like us because we're very nice and we never beat you. It's very nice of us. We just turn up and go on. We're not going to beat you. We're not even score goals past you now. So
Yeah. And again, I think it's a better. Maybe you'll disagree, but it's a better point for you on Monday than it is for us.
I don't
know. Us being at home, you probably expect us to win. Oh no, you don't have to do this, do you?
Hang on, Davey, I've got my pillows for the highlights. I'll just
Well,
worth
just
it.
and of course, there's the Shea in all its glory, and obviously, I pressed something.
There it is in all its glory.
That was all the highlights that we had. I didn't download it properly, but
I want to be a serious question. That one that we had at your place in, like, I think it was early March. Yeah. Or the one on Saturday, which was actually worse.
One in March.
Yeah, probably that one still, but it wasn't a pretty watch on Saturday, was it? It's
No.
not Saturday, Monday, sorry.
Yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. As I mean, obviously, I was unable to. I had the family. I wasn't able to listen in, so I was following it by Twitter updates, and then at halftime, I thought, well, it's 0-0. You know, obviously, you just fear you're going to lose to a 1-0 at the Shea, like normal. But it was just the case, and then when we went to man down, we have a little group chat on WhatsApp, and I was like, I'm not hopeful here, lads. I said a draw would be a miracle. But with less expletives. But I think for us to get a draw, I think considering going down to 10 men was a good result for us.
Yeah. I think if you went to 11 men, well, I think it could have gone on until about 9 o'clock at night, and none of it would have scored. It was just so. I don't know what it was. It just felt like we were never going to score. We're lacking something going forward. Of course, I think if Desaruwe was playing, we would have gone on to win. And even at half time, I was thinking we'll come out in the second half and we'll probably go and beat you when Gates are tired, because we know you're usually carrying on from last season better in the first half than the second. But it was just a proper naff game once again. You actually kept the ball very well, but I have to say, going forward, I think we defended well. But Dinanga and Chadwick didn't have a sniff. Don't get me wrong, I'd take them at Halifax any day, but you know what I mean.
I think for us, there was 6 changes as well, because we'll get into it later on when we cover the game on Saturday. The massacre. It wasn't a great game on Saturday, but for us to make that many changes and show a little bit of strength in depth was one of the positives that we can come away with, especially because we've hemorrhaged a few goals this season, even though we've started well. To keep a clean sheet with 10 men, I think was a massive shot in the arm to show that we can keep it tight at the back.
Yeah.
So,
what was your opinion of the referee, Luke?
I'm trying to think now, because I never like to blame the refs, to be honest. I always try and think, well, I think we had a call for a penalty, to be fair, but I know our fans were big. There were a lot of booing coming from our end. I don't know if any of you heard that.
It's one of the questions we've just had there. Luke, what's your thoughts on the boos at full time yesterday?
Pathetic, to be honest. There's something about our fan base is, for us to be supporting Halifax, I think says a lot, which I appreciate to everyone who does support Halifax. Same with you guys with Gates, and I think, anyone could support a Man United or Man City, but there's something just proper toxic about our fan base. We could have been top of the league yesterday, and then we draw 0-0 to you guys, and there'd be boos at full time.
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
The margins are so fine because, as you say, just 2 points you could have been top of the league, and it's nothing really to boo about, really, is it? Like,
no, it's not. It wasn't the fact that the players weren't trying. Yes, you might say we probably could have been a bit more positive going forward and been a bit more direct, but you were just very well organised. I think we have to give you credit. We're just lacking quality, and you can't boo players for lacking quality. It's not their fault to a certain extent, is it? And it's frustrating, but
have you been scoring many goals?
Yeah,
I think the sending off changed the game, because you weren't getting a kick until we had a man sent off.
Yeah. You weren't. No, we weren't touching the ball. To be fair, it were a tough watch.
I don't think
I asked the linesman to throw another ball on for you so you could have a kick.
Yeah.
we had the post scores looking like as a linesman on our side where we were, and what a load of crap that bloke was. Jesus.
Yeah.
And the referee gave some very curious decisions both ways, I thought.
But hey, we had no arguments about the sending off. I mean, he could have actually went off in the first half incident. Never mind the second half. So
yeah, we thought it was just a booking. It was a book. It was a second booking. I will admit that. But
Well, the first booking could have been a sending off, Luke. The one in the first half.
Yeah, I think honestly though, I wouldn't say we were the better team. Even when we went down to 10 men. I don't think either of us looked like we're going to score. But I thought if it was a team that I'd say they would probably edged it, be you guys, which is quite surprising because we're usually very good on home turf.
Yeah.
Just
a little sorry, Mickey. Mickey, I saw your face in the back of Freddie Armstrong's YouTube video. You looked a bit unhappy. I'm going to have to have a look for that.
It's probably best. It's probably best I don't say because Poppy and Tabitha will be listening, but I'll not say what I said. But it was along the lines of you, silly boy.
Yeah.
Were you a bit upset, Mickey?
Well, I'd seen the first incident, and I thought he was lucky not to get sent off there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I thought to myself, if the referees went and if the linesman or someone's gone in and say, I think he might have got that wrong. As soon as Hannon made the next mistake, he was always going to send them off.
Mm-hmm. The thing is, now it gives the likes of Tom Allen a chance to start. So it shows the strength and depth that we've got this season, a bit better than, obviously, a lot better than last season. Got another one here. Obviously, there was a debut on Saturday. Joe Grayson had a fantastic game at the back. Looking forward to seeing more of him. Mickey, of course, you were there. How did the settle in at the back?
He done really well. I thought he done excellent. Like I say, for the first half, I think there was 3 shots in the whole game. Was it, Luke?
It was
3 or 4 shots.
I looked at Y Scout yet.
And we must have had about 85% possession in that first half.
Yeah, you were. I'm going to admit you were the better team, and I think you were better Gateshead side than the side we saw last season. I personally think, and like you mentioned, you had players out injured. I know, is it Whelan? Now he's out.
Yeah, Whelan's out for about 10 weeks. We're going to come into that later on, but of course, if I haven't seen on social media, he's got a stage 3 or a category 3, grade 3 tear in the thigh, which can take a while. So hopefully, you don't want to rush him back, but hopefully just get him back. That's the main thing.
Could you hear we're telling you where to shove your Yorkshire puddings?
Oh, we're doing it. I like that because the problem that we've got is because when sides bring less than 5, any stand, they're so far away from each other. It's from where everyone's chanting. It's very hard.
The Heat Army podcast needs your help. No, we don't need money. All we need is you to do one simple thing. It'll take less than a second. If you could hit that like button, the subscribe button, and share whatever post that we put up regarding Gateshead Football Club, it'll go a long way in helping the show build and ultimately helping us push the club to the moon. Well, they join us back here at Gateshead International Stadium. It is Gateshead 0, Bromley 1. Bromley are coming back out. The Heat Army podcast needs your help. No, we don't need money. All we need is you to do one simple thing. It'll take less than a second. If you could hit that like button, the subscribe button, and share whatever post that we put up regarding Gateshead Football Club, it'll go a long way in helping the show build and ultimately helping us push the club to the moon. Between Southend and Rochdale, and Woking are a goal to the good at home to Fylde, and that should secure Woking's safety in the National League. And it does look as though we are going to have a substitution here. I think, as we've seen at the end of the half, Will Johnson did look like he was in deep conversation with the medical staff here at Gateshead, and Brandon Honstrup is stripped and ready to go to come on here for the second half. And we've got the legend Ben Clark. He's kicking every ball, isn't he, Mark?
Sorry, yes. I was busy making notes and talking to Ben Clark. Yes, Ben Clark itching to get on. Unfortunately not registered or in the matchday squad. But apart from that, he had a real chance.
Yeah, he did, yeah. He'd still give everything. But as I say, we are going to have the substitution of, it's going to be Will Johnson. Looks like he's going to be replaced by Brandon Honstrop. We think it's Will Johnson. But the players are coming back out onto the pitch. Gateshead will be shooting towards the Fallon end and the visitors towards the River Tyne. And we're just waiting for all the players now to come out. The fourth officials there with the board ready for the substitution. And as we await, and well, that's wrong because it says Kane Adam is coming off.
Well, I hope it's wrong because I've already made my notes. So
yeah.
I don't like deleting notes.
Well, we're just waiting for Honstrup to come on.
No, he's still on. I think he's.
The substitution has been made. I think we're just waiting for now to come onto the pitch. There we go. Gateshead will be getting us underway here for this second half. Gateshead still with a chance of getting that fifth position, to secure a home quarter-final playoff game here at Gateshead Stadium on Tuesday evening.
Gateshead just got to show more intensity second half. I know it's not easy with the schedule, and I'm sorry I keep going on about that, but it is playing a part. But I'm looking forward to seeing Honstrup. As you said earlier, good calibre.
Looks like he's come on like for like. He's playing left of the back three. Or right of the back three, sorry.
I was going to say, I believe that's a right.
Yes, it is. Crossfield ball looking for Allen on the far side. It's going to get there. He brings it down.
Yes, but I think they'll come.
Gateshead lays the ball off. Grayson puts it in. It bounces all the way through. Nobody there to commit to get onto it. Davies heads it clear, but only as far as Story. And Story can just knock it back to Grayson, who looks to get the ball moving forward.
Already looks as if there's a bit more here, doesn't it?
Yeah, just a bit more intensity here. They'll come out with an intent here, Gateshead, to try and get an early goal back as Honstrup gives it out to Hannon Tier. Hannon chips it into the centre over Warman's head, but it falls to Evans. Oh, nearly a spectacular volley from the edge of the area, but over it goes.
I was just waiting for that break to announce that there was a half-time substitution.
Yeah, it would have been some another goal of the season content today if that one went in. It was a hell of a strike, but just didn't come off. But again, positive signs from Gateshead.
Well, Thomas takes the goal kick, and for once there's barely a breeze here at Gateshead Stadium, which we're not used to.
Bit unnerving, isn't it?
Normally you have to guess where the flight of the ball is going. At the moment it's flying like a dart. Woods plays it back and played all the way back to the Bromley keeper.
You would think at some point we will see a Denanga or a Dejon Brown to maybe play alongside Kane Adam if it stays this way, but there are better signs here from Gateshead.
Throw in on the far side.
Good dummy from
to
Grayson.
Gateshead. Up to Ollie. Dead ball line. Keeps it in. He's looking to pull that across, and Evans, just goes over his head. Cleared by Bromley, but as you say, Mark, great signs from Gateshead in these early stages.
Yeah, they've started really well, haven't they? And really pushing back. Just need
cross in there, and it's deflected.
Someone react.
And Gateshead chase the ball down with Evans. Ball cleared up the pitch. Honstrup calmly just passes that back to Montgomery, and given options there for the pass as Story gets out of jail there with that ball.
Knew what he was doing, man.
Playing 1-2 with the opposition striker.
Messi does that.
Yeah. We'll say that's what it was. There's now Gateshead pumped the ball over the top, looking for the run of Evans and Adam, and Thomas comes out onto the far side, has to see it out, and just no nonsense from the Bromley defence.
Evans there, who had that shot that just went over the bar, he's running beyond the Dom there.
Well, early signs from Honstrup. This looks quite fast, doesn't he?
Well, just composed.
Yeah.
Nice composed, reads the game well. I mean, as I say, you don't play sort of League One or top level in Scotland if you haven't got something about you. Bit of experience there as well. And if he's anything like the last defender there on loan from Cambridge United, he won't go too far wrong, because obviously you look at... and
a slack bit of passing. Gateshead do manage to recover from it, and Honstrup puts it out to Hannant. Gateshead just need to stay focused and switched on, as we always say, but at the moment Gateshead just trying to open things up, and there's always the threat of leaving yourself open when you do that, but Gateshead have to push forward if they want to get something from this, and Grayson has the ball now.
You look at the impact Mamadou Job had when he came in, and if he's anywhere near as good as he was, then Gateshead have made another good sign.
Wow. I'm going to put my hat on saying Mamadou Job will play at a much higher level than where he's at this moment in time. Very good player on the ball, read the ball well.
Would not disagree with that.
There's now Grayson on the far side. Cross comes in. Evans has went for it, and it's felt a Warman. Warman closed down, has to turn, puts it back across. There's nobody there. Headed clear. Can Gateshead pick up the second ball? Nodded on by Weston, but Gateshead now get the ball under control through Stott, and
really
it goes all the way back to Montgomery, but Gateshead still camped out inside the Bromley half as Hannant.
I don't know why he didn't just hit that first time, you know. It's space and time, and it's on his weaker foot, but had a chance.
Story picks out Grayson. Every player bar Montgomery inside the Bromley half as Allen on the far side looks to try and open up Weston. Cuts inside. Lays it back to Grayson. Grayson looks up. Warman back to Grayson. It's good from Gateshead. It's pretty on the edge of the area, but can they penetrate? As Evans goes for a shot. Hits the stanchion behind the goal. And Gateshead just trying to turn a screw. But yes, there was some nice, pretty build-up play there. Just couldn't get the shot on target.
Yeah, it's a careful effort, isn't it? He's trying to guide it into that inside that near post, but it's lovely football. First time we've really seen Gateshead knock it round with real intent on the edge of the area. It's been a great start to the second half for them. Just need that goal to cap it off.
Well, Luke Hannon is in acres of space on this side, and can Gateshead exploit that. There's the ball now. Comes for lovely touch from Ollie to Adam, and Adam's ball just couldn't find a teammate, and Gateshead just look like they're going to find one of those gaps, but they need to stay focused at the back when Bromley come forward now. We're 52 minutes in, and it's still Gateshead 0, Bromley 1.
There's definitely something here for Gateshead if they can just make the most of one of these attacks, because they look as if they've upped the gears a bit.
Well, Will Davies is not happy with the service he's getting from his midfield and wingers here. As Hannant gets it to Ollie. Ollie's ball was just a little bit weak there, and now Davies can send the ball away, and Gateshead, Grayson just come across, cut out the ball, and laid it back to Montgomery. Honstrup has the ball, gives it to Hannant. Hannant puts the ball over the top, looking for the run of Kane Adam.
Held up, you know.
And, well, Thomas nearly ruled the ball out, but decides against it. Now he rolls it out to Grant. Grant.
That went out, by the way.
Puts the ball over. Ollie appealed that, but Gateshead pick it up in midfield through Stott. Can they get the ball moving fast? As it comes out to Adam. Adam is Allen in the centre. It went behind him, and the defender can clear this. Now Grant up in the air, but it's going to fall to Hannant, right-hand side of the box. Looks to get a cross in. His target's there, but he needs to have a better opportunity to get them in, as Warman in the centre gives it back to Story in the centre circle. Gateshead camped out on the edge of the area. Ollie, if he looks up, goes for a curling shot, hits it into the back of Adam. There was appeals for handball there as well. But Gateshead, at the moment...
the most ambitious handball appeals I've seen.
Gateshead now, you can see they're playing with intent and a bit more forward thinking as the ball does come across to Hannant, who's in acres of space. Gets a cross in.
Gamble.
Nobody throwing themselves at it. It goes out for a corner, but
It's a great ball in from Luke Hannon. He literally can't do any more, David. It's in between the keeper and the edge of the 6-yard box. Someone has got to gamble. I know what you're going to say.
Out and out striker in there. Yeah. You would have had someone going for that.
Got to gamble.
Corner from Ollie on this right-hand side. In it comes. Cleared. But Gateshead pick up the loose ball. Grayson puts it back out to Ollie here. Nearly a nice ball into Evans, but it's intercepted. And now Bromley try and break with the ball. They're on the right-hand side. Weston arcs his run, plays it forward. And now they've got Woods high up for a target man, but just slows it down.
Louis Story's done brilliantly there, by the way. He stopped that whole attack and, the momentum of it anyway.
Gateshead just need to... Has there been a substitution? Oh, no, there hasn't been a substitution, sorry. Thought that'd been one for Bromley. But now Gateshead come forward and Allen driving with the ball. Still going. Upended. That's just took away from him. And Ollie upends himself there with a... I don't know what kind of tackle that was. Well, less said the better. But
started well, Van Strup,
Yep.
Started really well. Looks good.
See the composure's there and he's relaxed, isn't he? Warman gives the ball to Grayson. Grayson sees the crossfield ball, and it's been on all this second half. Hannon is just in acres of space, but can he use it? He cuts inside of it, lays it off to Kane. Adam edge of the area. Tries to roll it back. He's tackled himself, as Mark says, but Gateshead still have the ball as Story carries it forward, puts it out to Grayson, who goes for his shot. It's going to fall to Evans. No, Adam.
Oh my God.
My word. Just needed conviction in the strike. It fell to Evans, then to Adam. Neither got any power on it. And Thomas just gleefully got a hold of the ball. But a lot more positive in this second half than what we've seen in the first half from Gateshead. But now they have to defend as Amalola tries to do a bit of footwork, but Hannon gets back to help out with defensive duties, and Montgomery's clearance goes right up towards Grant. Grant, awful skill. The ball goes straight out of play for a throw to Gateshead as Ollie wanted to take it fast, and he's shouting at Kane Adam to be switched on, and I can see why he's doing that there.
Yeah, that was really poor finish, by the way. Goalie's mercy. If he gets any decent contact on it, he probably scores. But I think he's just topped it. His studs have run across the top of the ball, and he's barely got anything on it.
Allen puts the cross in, cleared out by Webster, the captain. It's been stayed in though. Grayson. Allen back to Grayson. Allen in the centre. Plays it across to Ollie. Ollie looks up. There's Hannon in space on this right-hand side. He's just inside the box. Pulls it across. And it goes behind for a corner. And Gates are just turning the screw.
They are, yeah. Much better start the second half. They've been really good. There's a quick one on here to take it.
It's been taken as Stott has the ball. Gets it out to Hannon. Hannon puts it one in. It's going to be way too close. Well, deceiving me. I thought it was too close to the keeper. And nearly lobbed the keeper.
I thought it hit the post at first, but he saved that. That was going in as well, by the way.
Yeah. Well, I was just about not to mock the technique, but I was about to criticise the cross, but it nearly turned into a beautiful shot. The corner's already been taken on the far side. In comes the cross. It's been cleared though, and now Bromley can clear the ball if they're quick enough. But Gateshead try to apply the pressure, and they win the ball back. Gateshead are all over the Bromley defence like a rash at the moment, but they need to make these chances pay. As Grant heads the ball clear and out for a throw on this far side. It's relentless from Gateshead at the moment. Now Evans has the ball, gets it to Adam. Adam tries to get past his man.
Been fouled.
Well, there was a follow-up little push there. There was a grab of the shirt, and the referee said it was fair competition.
Looked like he was holding him to me, but fair enough. Yeah, I think it was probably 6 and 2 threes maybe.
Well, this second half has really come to life for Gateshead.
I had to mind.
Thomas just taking his time trying to take the sting out of the game. Now takes his goal kick. Aims for Davies. Davies missed it and landed on the ground. It's been kept in. Evans needs to be careful. Intelligent from Evans to get it to Grayson. Grayson carries it forward, gives it to Allen on the left-hand side, back to Grayson. Allen, back to Story. Hunstrup has the ball here now, right-hand side of the pitch. Out to Hannant. Hannant, he needs movement, but he gets the ball to Evans. Ollie, Gateshead do manage to keep the ball though, and it's going to come out to Hannant now. They need to get players in the box for the delivery. Ollie, back to Hannant. It's just...
He hadn't touched him. He didn't touch him.
Oh my word, he telegraphed that one, the players. He went down and the referee bought it. Free kick and...
Literally didn't touch him.
Dare I say, if you're Rob Elliott here, do you think let's get a fox in the box in there to make life difficult?
I think if it's an easy thing to say, but I think if Dejon Brown's in the area there's 2-3 balls that came in. I think he's at very least challenging for them and reading them. Well, I think maybe there's a case of just holding them back for the playoffs.
Of course, where the ball falls to Dennis crosses the ball in. Bounces through to James Montgomery.
Did they claim that one out there?
I think so, yeah. Well, ball on the right-hand side. Tom Allen gives it to Grayson.
Yeah, energy levels need to stay high here from Gateshead.
Yeah, needs to. You see Bromley are just trying to nurse themselves through the game. They don't want to get injured. They don't want any red cards. And Gateshead, they can keep turning this screw. They might just find an opening. There's Warman nearly picked out the run of Allen on the far side. Bromley defence too good for that as Gateshead win the ball back. Can they pick up the second ball? Though they can. And unfortunately, it just rolls through to Dennis in midfield. And Vennings now can slow it down and play it out.
Just like I said, Gateshead try and get Greg Ollie in this game a bit more. It's sort of going on around him at the moment.
Ball forward, Grant. He's complaining that he...
half-hearted apology, that wasn't it?
Yeah, well, throwing to Gateshead just in front of the Bromley dugout. Hannant. Well, the referee has give it. I don't think it was certainly wasn't a nasty tackle.
No, I think he's
a collision.
Yeah, I think he's trying to block it, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And
he's kind of booking here, I think. Or he's giving him a talking to. It'd be a very harsh yellow card that if that was to be given.
I think he's just trying to block it, missed the ball, and sort of caught Hannant on the follow through. And
I think he's even tried to pull out on the follow through as well.
Yeah.
Well, we're back underway. Hannant walking a little bit gingerly, but he's still moving. Ball across to the far side. It's not going to find Allen, but the second ball can be picked up by Grayson. Nodded inside to Warman.
Now, those two hands around that Gateshead player's body probably means it's a foul. Well played.
Now we're back underway here. Goes for a shot, start, and he had the space to shoot, but the options need to be a little bit better in front of him. Well, attacking options are to our left at the corner flag. They're warming up. There's McBride, Denanga, and Brown. They're all in conversation.
Would you bring the two of them on? Two strikers?
I would, yeah. But then it's who do you move around? What shape do you go to? Do you keep Kane Adam on and put him out wide? Do you take Hannant off and push Adam onto that side and Evans and Hannant make way and bring on the two strikers?
I think there's a few things you could do, to be honest. Maybe go with the two of them up front, put Adam on put him out wide instead of maybe Tom on.
Hunstrop picks out Grayson on the far side. Ball comes in, cleared by Grant. Hunstrop nods the ball when he as far as the ball peels for handball. Ollie comes back just to get it out of harm's way. Hannant just has to clear up and give it back to Montgomery. Montgomery all the way up. Grant brings it down.
It's not rushed, Monty, is he?
No, he's not. One of the few touches he's had in this second half. As a player went down the far side. It's had to be taken away there, and Hunstrop puts behind to be safe. It's a corner, and Olamola seems to be limping himself. I don't know if it's just his normal walk. I haven't noticed it during the game, but he's
Tom Allen is as well, but I think it's just because his boot come off.
Well, we wait the corner here from Bromley. We know what kind of deliveries they can deliver. They haven't had much practice in the second half, but I don't think that matters. Big men jostling near the penalty spot. In comes the delivery. It's a lofted one towards the back post. Hasn't been won by Gateshead, now being put clear. Adam chases to get the ball. If he can get there, he can. Lays it off. And Gateshead now on the attack. A Story plays it forward for Adam. Adam in space on the left-hand side. He needs targets in the centre. Ollie and Evans are there. Takes down the dead ball in. Can he pull it back? Granted very well to marshal him towards Webster. And now we're just seeing Bromley try and open up on the far side as Story does very well. Gets in front of his man. Gateshead do manage to get a goal kick there.
We'll see, meant that. Just play.
Just a little update on scores around the league at the moment. In the key fixture of Boreham Wood and Ebbsfleet, it is still 0-0.
What does that mean, Dave?
I think that means Dorking are still going down as it stands.
Dorking are down.
Yeah. Not Dorking, sorry, Boreham Wood.
Yeah. So
still 0-0 noticeably at the Solihull York game as well. So, well, it looks like we are going to see a substitution. McBride is stripped and ready to go. We'll see the Scotsman come on. For who for? We'll
You'd imagine
find out shortly.
I think either Evans or Warman would be my guess.
Yeah,
I think there is someone else still up, you know.
Yeah. I think it's Dejon Brown by the sounds of it. Yes, it is. Yeah, Dejon Brown stripped and ready to go. So could it just be a swap for Evans and Adam?
Possibly.
Gateshead trying to win the ball on the far side. Cleared. Story's there to get it to... Oh, no, nearly a slip from Stott there. And Hunstrop has the ball. Dejon Brown is stripped and ready to go. That excites the Gateshead crowd behind us. There's the ball into the centre. Ollie, he's drifted through, just doesn't sit up for him, but they still have the ball, Gates, on the edge of the area, and they cannot win it back. And will the introduction of Dejon Brown change the dynamic up top for Gateshead?
I think Stott's had a great game midfield, by the way. I sound like I'm acting as his agent now. I'm not, but I think he's just done really well in that position as he gives the ball away.
No, he got it through. Work the angles.
I think you're being kind.
67 minutes gone. Gateshead 0, Bromley 1 here at Gateshead International Stadium. It's the last game of the season of the regular fixtures. Of course, there is the playoffs to come, but will it be at home or will it be away? As Evans turns lovely, gets through. Oh, just taken off his feet.
By the way.
As Gateshead, as Will Davies goes down at the tackle from Stott, and we are going to see McBride and Dejon Brown come on. It is going to be Evans that makes way for Conor McBride. The Celtic connection. It's the Welshman for the Scotsman. And it is Luke Hannant coming on for Dejon Brown. And we are going to see Adam come out here to this right-hand side. And we'll see how Gateshead can carve something out with the new strike force up there.
I mean, that's plenty of pace from wing back by now, by the way. Tom Allen and Kane Adam. You'd imagine they'll be getting down those wings, putting them under pressure. It's got to work both ways, though.
We are going to see a substitution from the visitors as well. Number 30. So Jude Arthurs is stripped and ready to come on. Gets to clear the ball. Dejon Brown skims up off his shins. Dennis holds it in, comes off Ollie, and it is a throw into Bromley. Well, Bromley nearly cut inside of it. They'll have to work it off. Get to play it off the what do you call it? It's top of lodge.
Charles and
that. So we're going to see. No, we didn't see the board there, but we'll see when they come off. But Offers is coming on, as well as Azira. Oh, he's got Charles on the back of his. Does that say Charles on the back of his?
Yeah, there's Charles.
Yeah, Charles.
Charles and Arthur.
Oh yeah, I'm looking at the wrong wrong names and numbers. Charles and Arthur's coming on. The goal scorer Olamora comes off, and as does, I think it's Woods is coming off as well. Sam Woods. So I see that as more of a preservation for the playoffs now. Of course, both teams have one eye there, but Gateshead have an eye on getting a home fixture here. But can they get the win? As Allen drives forward, gets past Weston, still going. Can he put it back across? Did he keep it in? He did, but it goes into the goalkeeper's arms. And Gateshead still looking to work the goalkeeper, Thomas. Thomas is kick up the pitch, looking for Davies. Davies nods it on. Dennis chases it down, offside flag goes up. Wow, the size of that bee! I hope that doesn't make it into the highlights.
I hope it does.
That was a B and a half. I think it had a V8 engine in it. Was that big?
If only they were playing bonus.
Yeah.
Great ball.
Crossfield ball here.
Great ball. Go and drive.
Add-on brings it down well.
Go and drive.
Can he open up with the ball here? Drives into the box, pulls it across, makes the goalkeeper work. Good save. Fouls to Arthurs, who can clear the ball. And now, it was Vennings that clears the ball, and now they're on the attack. Dennis on the far side. Arthurs on the underlap. Gets to the ball, goes down.
Oh my God.
And he's given a penalty. Wow. Wow. That is absolutely crazy. I've never seen a penalty as weak, and we've seen a few this year, Mark. I know we were fortunate to get one against Chesterfield the other day, but that is a poor decision from the referee.
We can see from here, Dave, we're a distance away. We can quite clearly see Louis Story's got the ball.
Yep.
Quite clearly see it.
For our audio listeners, it just looked like he threw himself into Story and went down and didn't even appeal for a penalty. Just lay on his back.
The referee literally couldn't wait to give it.
Yeah.
The minute the challenge was happening, his whistle was towards his mouth. Shambles.
Well, Dennis is the man that places the ball down. James Montgomery stands in the goal mouth, hands on his knees. Now, starting to make himself look big. Montgomery versus Dennis. Dennis steps forward and he saved it! Wow!
Justice. Absolute justice, that one. Shambles of a decision.
Gateshead now. Oh, ball nearly gets through. Webster wins the ball, and Gateshead can try and still have a foothold in this game if they can get a goal back. But at the moment, that'll be something we'd like to see on the highlights for sure. Wow. James Montgomery, if there was ever a man to have penalty heroics, it's Gateshead's number 45.
Utterly disgusting decision. Disgusting. Refereeing in this league.
Wayne Cartmel is the name of the referee. 73 minutes gone. Gateshead still.
The amount of managers I've heard this season talk about the possibility of having full-time referees in a league that is mostly full-time now, and it's a really valid point.
Yeah,
because that is an awful decision, and we've seen several here, not just in against Gateshead, by the way, in the favour. They've had some big calls in their favour. It's just not good enough, man.
Ball across the Kane Adam. It's been intercepted. Hunstrup does well low, marshals it to Ollie. Now McBride, can he pick out Adam? He has on the right-hand side. Gateshead men in the box. Adam cuts in with it. Gives it to McBride. McBride holds the ball up. Back to Adam. Adam, it's just been took away from him just a little bit on his heels there, but he does put the ball out in a forward roll. But frustrated as Kane Adam. But Mark, I'm we talk about the referees and if there should be full time or not, but I think there should be some transparency. We know there's an adjudicator here assessing what goes on with the officials. Why can't we have an open inquiry into decisions like that across the board, not just in this league?
No, I mean that the assessors will never agree to something like that.
Gateshead on the attack now, Warman on edge of the area, goes for his shot.
He's got to play Brown in.
Well, Gateshead still pushing for this equaliser. But we've seen penalty heroics from James Montgomery once again at Gateshead International Stadium. It's still 0-0 between Bromley and Ebbsfleet as that game goes down to the wire. And it will be, I keep saying that, Boreham Wood and Ebbsfleet. And as I say, it does look like it could be Boreham Wood or Ebbsfleet. I can't see York.
Offside, by the way.
Dropped down as now the offside flag is being seen by the referee. Still speechless at that penalty decision.
Sadly, I'm not anymore.
If there's any Bromley fans listening or watching in, you try and call it as much down the lane as you can. I know that probably seemed like real rose-tinted glasses, but awful decision as Gateshead just losing a little bit of passing momentum in the final third there. Well, Weston plays inside to Charles. Charles to Grant.
The one thing you can say is at least there's been a bit more of a positive reaction from Gateshead second half. And
without a doubt, Davies does hold the ball up well, lays it out, and now it is Arthurs that plays it out. Back to Webster. Very high line still from Bromley, and can Gateshead capitalise here as they win the ball in midfield. Allen plays it inside to Ollie. Ollie's going to get caught here and just need a bit more urgency there. That was a chance to break for Gateshead.
Absolutely correct, Dave. Yeah.
All just a little bit flat-footed on the front end there. Just need to get going on the toes.
Someone need to talk to him as well, by the way. Players come in and pinched it, but no one's telling him he's got a man on.
Yeah.
Well, we don't think anyway. 15 left.
Ball on the far side with Bromley and trying to drive forward with it. Intercepted though. Can Gateshead break here as Allen tries to get past Charles.
Done right there, Tom Al.
Yep.
Done all right.
Did have a little flat spot for about 20 minutes in the first half, but the second half being definitely more involved. Throw in taken. There's now Hunstrop can give it to Adam. Adam back to Hunstrop. Adam again. He's on this right-hand side. Has he got the beating of the defender in front of him? He's trying a little bit of trickery. Turns.
Needs some support here, by the way.
Yeah, there's not much coming for him at the moment.
It's good ball.
Ball comes through to Grayson. Story. Everyone in the final third here for Gateshead. Grayson puts the ball into the centre. There's Ollie in space. Can he finish it? Yes, he can! Come as you like! The keeper come out and he just gently side tapped it in to the empty net. And Gateshead have got the break they needed.
What a first touch and what a ball from Joe Grayson, by the way. It's a great finish. So calm, but it's all about the ball. It's about taking that risk and trying to play the quicker pass in behind. Credit to Joe Grayson. That's a sublime pass.
Well, it's game on here with the best part of 14 minutes remaining.
They deserve that, by the way.
Certainly do. As Gateshead now have the ball again through Story. Story puts the ball to Grayson.
Thanks to our sponsors. Thanks to Greg.
Story. Grayson drops deep to give an option, as does Honstrup. Ollie. He's looking for runners there, but the ball to add on was the ball. Now Ollie gets the ball back.
Good ball.
McBride drives into the box. There's Brown waiting. He pulls it
Why
back.
is he not going across goal? Go across goal.
Pulled it too deep. But the signs are there for Gateshead.
Got Brown on his own.
Ollie, nice footwork. Gives it back to Hunstrop. He gets
ball.
it to Brown.
Just
Just
couldn't
went
take it.
behind him. But the signs are there. And it's Gateshead 1, Bromley 1. Greg Ollie with the equaliser.
It certainly was. I mean, I'm not going to put it 2-1. It would have been 2 goals inside 2 minutes.
Well, a point isn't enough to get Gateshead into
3 years though.
Yeah, well, I say that, but if York can score, then it would move Gateshead into 5th place and that home tie on Tuesday. As the ball comes through, Jason Brown. And that's the difference of having an out-and-out striker out there. They're ready to pounce.
It was a great opportunity there.
Ollie, it just skims off his
Come back off
yeah,
that play.
it's Ollie's. Oh, he's seen the run. He's seen the run of McBride. Can he finish it? Put it back. Jason Brown holds it up. Finish. Oh! And it's going to be kept in on the far side. It hasn't. It's went out for a corner. And I tell you what, Bromley's heads and tempo has dropped.
Another sub coming on as well.
Odotayo is waiting to come on. And Bromley want to get this substitution made quickly. They want to show things up.
23, it's top low coming off.
Or is it? He's turned back round. I don't think it is going to be him. Are we going to get this corner taken before? I think we should, do we, referee? Well, Weston is going to be the player to make way here. He's not in any hurry. That's the slowest run I've ever seen in my life. He's got all the movements of trying to run, but he's not moving. But he comes across now. He's been a dangerous player, of course, set up the first goal. And now Odotayo is on.
Honestly, leaving the pitch, number 30, Miles Weston. He replaced by number 30, Idris Odotayo.
Well, gets another corner. They take it short. Out to McBride. McBride looks to cross this in, but he's closed down. It comes to Adam. Adam. It's going to go through the centre. Go, takes the deflection. Oh, what a save. The keeper seen it late from the deflection.
Hit the post, Dave, you know.
Well, there's no complaints from the referee there, but obviously the deflection as well. In comes the corner.
Anyone
needs to get a foot to it. As at the moment, anyway, I'll do for Bromley. Oh, well done from Dejan Brown. Holds the ball across to the shot. Oh, pulls it wide. And at the moment, Gateshead right on top.
Yeah, good period this for Gateshead, isn't it? We just need that one more goal just to get into that home game. But at the minute, I think it's still goalless at Solihull.
It still is goalless at Solihull. Yeah, just keeping an update here on the scoreline.
Would that be Wednesday night?
I think it's Tuesday night if we do get if they get through here. I think you get the extra day's rest, don't you, if you get the higher spot. Oh, was that an elbow on Ollie? That's given us a throw into Gateshead. Okay, and Adam just trying to take it quickly. Referee says take it further back. Oh, he's given us, it was a free kick, not a throw-in. Story brings it forward, Beckenbauer style. Grayson plays into centre. Nice turn from McBride. Can he pick out a teammate? Pulls it across to Hunstrop. Hunstrop now gets it to Ollie. Lovely footwork from Gateshead at the moment. Adam gives it to Hunstrop. Adam again. Right hand touch sign. Ollie. Oh, lovely stuff from Gateshead, but they need to penetrate with this ball. There's a ball scooped into the centre from Hunstrop, and now Bromley can try and break on the far side. Charles plays it forward, kept in. Oh, has he hurt himself? Oh no, it was a free kick given delayed. Well, Bromley knowing how to slow down the game here. Well, Woodman and Elliott in conversation here on the touchline with the fourth official.
You'd imagine there'll be a friendly conversation between them two.
Not in the heat of battle.
Well, you never know.
Civil.
Of course, civil, yeah. Civil's better than friendly.
6 minutes remain. There has been some stoppages, though, and substitutions. So, the hazard, I guess, on the low side, 4 minutes added on here. But we're still 6 minutes away from that. There's a ball in the area. Story nods it up in the air. Davies. Stories can clear it. Now, Dejon Brown on his toes gets the ball and gets it on the attack now as Adam just slows it down. Probably the best thing to do there. Goes all the way back.
He's done right. He's done right there.
Back five of Bromley was back in force. Honstrop gives it to Ollie.
Where's the run?
Plays a crossfield ball, sees Grayson in acres of space, leaves it for Allen. Allen gives it to Warman, who's made a run on the inside, tries to flick it back. He does. There's a penalty. Referee! The cross comes in anyway, and it's put behind for a corner, and that is awful officiating. He's right in front of it.
Give up commenting, Dave. Give up commenting.
Short corner taken. Adam has the ball. Gives it to Honstrop. Honstrop back to Adam. Adam crosses it in. It goes right through. Oh, defender didn't know anything about that. Gateshead have the ball at the edge of the area. Can they pick out a shot? They're in amongst the body of people. Now comes out. And Adam's going to pick up this ball on this right-hand side. Let it go for a throw. And it's a real mess at the back for Bromley at the moment.
A bit all over the place, aren't they?
Ball out to Adam on this right-hand side. Honstrop gives it to Stott. Stott now gives it back to Honstrop. Honstrop just calmly gives it back to Stott. Story. Gateshead dominant in possession, but they need to try and break down again this final third as McBride, if he looks, gets it out to Adam. Can he get a delivery in?
Just put it in.
Oh, he's still got the ball. McBride, handball! Surely not. McBride pulls across in. Not cleared yet. Adam with a shot, and it's going to go out for a corner. Hooker by Crook. Gateshead trying to get this over the line.
Gateshead literally couldn't be doing any more here, could they? It's brilliant effort, you know, after what they've been through in this last 10 days. To still be having these energy levels and this level of commitment, it's some effort.
Solihull have scored one goal, so the result here, if it stays like that, is going to not have an effect. But that's still not taken away from the passion in this game, Mark.
No, it's just been a great effort, a really great effort.
Honstrop puts one in, it's headed away from the penalty spot. Adam battling to get the ball, headed clear, it's up in the air. Dennis, and it's a free kick to Gateshead. Well, what does that do for the playoff pitch, the relegation pitch at the moment? It's still 0-0 at the moment. And that does pull York further down in there. Still need a...
So
if Boreham would score, York are relegated as it stands.
What a final day that would be for Luke Garrod.
But at the moment, Gateshead have a free kick.
So that means Gateshead go to Solihull Tuesday night?
It looks that way, yes.
Tom Allen going to hit this? Or Grayson?
Well, they really look like they fancy it, don't they? As Grayson steps up, lofts it over, though, towards Brown. Brown with a shot on, back in the net! 2-1! Gateshead managed to get there. Louis Story was the man who managed just to poke it home. And Gateshead are leading 2-1. But it all depends on the result down at Solihull. They're currently 1-0 up to the moment against York. But at the moment, Gateshead finishing the league campaign with possibly 3 points.
Hint of offside, but not given.
I did think that was possibly there was a thought at first that was going to be offside.
Number 6, Louis Story.
Louis Story Goalkeeping heroics last week, goal scoring heroics this week.
Some more tickets have been released online for the after party. Half an hour after kick-off, so you can still get there. Tickets still on sale, been extra ones released.
It's Bromley now.
£3. Children accompanied by an adult.
Gateshead win the ball.
Spin and go.
Nice turn from Conor McBride, puts the ball through. Dejan Brown gets past Webster, pulls it back across. Tell you what, he hit the target. Great stuff from
I'll
Brown.
tell you what we shouldn't forget, Dave. Solihull, there has been delay there. So they probably have about 10 minutes left, if not a little bit longer.
Good point. Yes, good point. So still a lot of time to be played. Montgomery doing well to see the ball out. Goal kick to Gateshead. Regardless of what happens at Solihull, though, this has been a performance that will encourage the Heat faithful. Yes, you can say it's a bit of a second string out today, but the second string has played, I think, with great...
I think rotated squad will say.
Yeah, rotated.
I don't think there's anything second string.
I don't like to... That's downgrading.
I know what you mean.
Not inadvertently not downgrading people. But we'll see what happens. It's still not over yet, though. We're into the final minute. Ball over the top. It's going to be brought down by Adam. Lovely bit of skill. Lays it off to Ollie.
Solihull playmaking Mark there. Solihull.
Oh,
Bromley playmaker.
Cleared in the ball up in the air, and Adateo nods it clear. Ollie brings it down, and Gateshead with the ball in the box. Pulled across by Allen. Oh, and I tell you, anywhere will do for Bromley at the moment, and they've cleared the ball, and Ollie stops it from going forward. It's a throw-in here on our right-hand side, and at the moment, as we say, there was a stoppage at Solihull, so there could be a good 10 minutes still there to play.
Yeah, to just got to look after themselves here, just get the win and then go from there. What will be, but it'd be lovely to end the season with a good win like this, especially come from behind after such a low-key first half.
Yeah, I'd say a heartwarming performance in the second half. They showed character and wanted to get right into it. Bromley, understandably, I think they just don't want to get injured or anything silly at the moment. They're still trying, but it's not to say that they're not. But Gateshead on their break again as McBride just runs in. Still got the ball. He's still got the ball. McBride is still going. Goes for a shot. Oh, well, nothing was going to stop McBride there. He was trying to dance through, even though he was being pulled left, right, and centre. And now, we'll say we haven't had the board up yet, have we? For the
this is just on our left here. We've got Paul Dixon from Radio Newcastle, commentator Matt Raisbeck, and Dicker's off to Blythe Spartans now, so he's making an early dart.
Also, as well, maybe we just add that Halifax have secured the final spot in the playoff race, so Halifax are in 7th, but it's still open for 5th and 6th at the moment, and.
Surprised he didn't give a penalty there.
Yeah, sorry for 5th and 6th. If Gateshead can get themselves something to hold on here, there's still a chance that York could pull an equaliser.
What happens if Oxford get one?
I'm not too sure, but it's still 0-0 at Boreham Wood and Ebbsfleet, and at the moment it does look like Boreham Wood are going to be relegated from the National League as it stands, but this is football and anything can happen, and it normally does in the dying seconds. But at the moment, Gateshead knocking the ball around for fun. They've done their part. They can't ask for much more.
Obviously playing additional time. Yeah, that's all I can say.
As the fourth official is laughing. We haven't had how many minutes it's going to be on. Adam doesn't win the header, but Ollie. Oh, high feet. And
which way is going to give this?
Well.
Oh, wow. It's given against Greg.
Yeah. Greg Ollie is down holding his foot here. We hope this is nothing too bad.
I must admit, Dave, I'm going to have to make an early shoot as well once full time goes, because I've got places to be.
Places to be and people to see. But at the moment, Greg Ollie is down at the moment, and we hope he's all right. Obviously,
hip. I think he's been caught on the hip.
I don't know. I don't know. Is his hamstring? He was pulling at his toes, wasn't he? The calf muscle, possibly.
Looks very good. Thank you to every one of you. I'll be pushing the number as soon as we can, and it looks like about 50 to 60 Bromley supporters there today. So thanks very much for making that long journey.
Round of applause for the travelling Bromley fans. Of course, a mammoth effort on the last day of the season. Of course, they'll be looking forward to seeing their side in the semi-final of the playoffs.
Solihull's finished.
Solihull has finished.
So I think there's Ultraman.
It's 1,457.
So as it stands, Gateshead will be away in the playoffs. So it mustn't have been a massive stop, which is a shot off from Webster, and he pulls that one over. It took a deflection though. It's a corner. So Gateshead are away on Tuesday or Wednesday night. I believe it's Tuesday.
So Bournemouth still need a goal, don't they?
They certainly do. It's still playing down there at the moment. I know it's 0-0. Bournemouth have been relegated from the National League.
Luke Garrard's done an unbelievable job there.
Ball comes in. It's towards the near post, cleared by Dejon Brown.
So he have 1,400 here.
Didn't hear the actual attendance. Just while we still have people listening in and tuning in National League TV, massive thank you for joining us this season. It's been an absolute pleasure. Of course, it's not over yet. We have a playoff campaign. We hope that we'll be able to be at the end of that.
Just play on.
There's a free kick being given, but for myself and Mark, it's been an absolute pleasure this season, whether you've joined us audio or on National League TV, that you've chosen to join it with us. It's lovely, and we hope that you've enjoyed the service we provided this year. And if you're a Bromley fan, good luck to you in the playoffs as well. Not unless you're playing us in the final. We don't want not too much good luck, but you know what I mean. Looks like the champions Chesterfield are going to bow out of the National League with a win now, winning 3-2 at home to Maidenhead. And there is the full-time whistle. Gateshead end the season with a 2-1 win against Bromley. They are still in the playoff mix. That's to come, but it won't be at home. It will be away this week coming. And Gateshead, well, they're still in the mix, Mark, and that's all you could ever hope for this season.
Pretty decent away record, but what a brilliant season it's been for Gateshead. You know, fingers crossed they can go there and have a real good go at Solihull. No, it won't be easy, we know that, but they're in the mix. They've got a chance, and what an end of the season it's going to be.
It certainly is. Well, I'm going to quickly move because Mark has to dive off to another important game here in the Northeast. We just say to echo what I just said before there, massive thank you to everyone. Well done to Bromley on your campaign. You'll be in the playoffs as will Gateshead, but will Gateshead be in the semi-finals? We'll find out later this week. It's going to be a magnificent end to the season regardless. There's an FA Trophy final for Gateshead at Wembley, but dare we dream Gateshead get there twice in a week. It's fairy tale stuff. The dream is still on, and thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and enjoy the playoffs.
Don't forget, first, we have the roads.